man, if the brother Adnan does, if he want to talk about the NUN, tell him come holler at me. That's what I do. You know, Savraz is about energy and more scientific. I'm about explaining science through the Remech and the different Necheru in ancient Kemet. So if he wants to go there, we can do that. He obviously probably doesn't know what Zep Tepi is and what that would bring into the discussion. And yeah, tell one of them dudes come get it. If any ABCG, anybody can get it, right? This is Kemet. We created you. You know, no disrespect to the Muslim ox, the Christian ox, but if we don't say it like this, you'll keep trying to step on us. You'll keep trying to drop rose petals where it's not welcome at. So if you want to get it in, tell him come get it in with somebody who moves in that direction. I know Sarah is not sound on that necessarily. He's about the energy only. But come see me about it. If you talking down on Remech spirituality. Another thing I heard the brother was saying, oh, you're worshiping the stones, etc., etc. But you have to understand, Islam to us is the imagination of a young Arab dude in the desert. So your God is the imagination of a young dude in the desert. And we can't see that. It's a contingent being which you can't prove, right? We can prove every aspect of the universe, and we gave it a name, so we have more respect for it. This is why we don't pull oil up out of Seb, the earth. And that's one of your main manufacturing bodies, is oil in different Middle Eastern and Arab countries. So we have more respect for the aspects of the universe than a lot of other cultures. You guys are just babies. We taught you, as I'll read what the Remech said to the Greeks at that time back in the day. So anybody can get it. You know, it's respect, it's love, but we're debating. And if you want to debate and discuss it, come to the guys who do that. Say by Reggie's ready and Patasa Care is ready, and some more people are ready. But I'm definitely ready. So don't run around it, run to it.
Jeez, I love that. We created. I love that. See, that energy is mad. That energy is crazy right about now. You know what? You're making me feel like I need to go on a little bit longer. Let's talk about this NUN principle right now. Like, let's take out the Qurans. Let's take out the tafsirs. Let's go into this. Let's go into the Kemetic information. MLP, I see you, babes. I see you. I see you. Peace, 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 queen. You know what? Actually, let's quickly jump onto that. Real quickly, you just giving me life. You're giving me life. What's the time right about now? What's the time? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. To hell with that, man. Let's jump on a little bit of information. Let's chop it up. You know, Tuesday. You know, we created this thing. All right. You know what? I love that, because that's right down my alley as well. You know, because really and truly, it all ties in. Because those are the first 2 chapters revealed in the Quran. I said revealed in the Quran, not in the order that it is today. Obviously, that, you know, that chapter there is chapter 68 in the Quran, but obviously when it was first revealed, that was the 2nd chapter according to most chronologies. Okay, so I want to jump into that. I want to know, you know, what your thoughts are on that particular one when it talks about the NUN. So that's chapter 68 verse 1. I want to go into that and you know, and see how it all interrelates. Like, for me personally, like, I love Islam, so I'm never going to talk bad about Islam or anything like that. Hold on 1 second. Kalam, the Muslims you get to debate are okay. Should I read it? No, I'll read it. Okay. Done. Get some that at least sledge to done facts. Stick to the, I don't know, sledge to the done facts rather than just trying to justify the Quran with their weird explanations. Kalam, yeah, you're cool, Jay. Peace. Thanks for moderating as well. So yeah, I want to jump onto that. Okay, I want to jump onto that. So for me, again, I got respect for Islam. I love Islam. Like, it's got some gems in there. It's got, like, for me, I'll tell you now, it's got some gems in there, and I think that, you know, from what I've studied, I've seen that, you know, Muhammad had to have been initiated to a certain degree of information dealing with, you know, Judaic, Christianic, Kemetic information. Like, he was part of that milieu and he was into that and so forth. So I can see the resemblance. You know, most people, they can't see it. Like, I just have to read. For me personally, I just read. I don't even have to read, bruv. I just have to see. When somebody tells me that they're in a cave, okay, that just draws my mind back into all of the mystery systems where every single type of initiation takes place. That draws my mind back into the Republic in Plato, etc. All different types of information where that's where my mind goes to straight away. Okay, and when you want to tell me, read, Ikra, like that's telling me to Ikra, to read, like. Nigga, what you want me to read? Like, what do you want me to read? Like, but anyways, I digress, You're telling me, you're talking about reading. So if you're talking about reading, you're talking about writing. And it's telling you, like, read in the name of your Lord who created man from a clot of blood. Cool. And, what's it again? Read. Because what was it? Ikra. Recite. Read.
I can't recite, and he squeezes them from behind. Ikra. Come on.
There you go. We know mystery systems. We know what it's talking about. For me personally, I see it like that, And it also talks about, reading who taught man by the pen that which he knew not. When I see those things there, do you know what that takes me back to straight away? I want to ask you, as an Egyptian initiate, who taught by the pen?
Jehuti and Shishak.
Jehuti. There you go. That's the only person who taught by the pen in ancient Egypt. Okay. Obviously, they call that Idris or Enoch in their particular systems. So we know this. We know that Enoch was transliterated, should I say? Okay. When we go into the books of Genesis, he was transfigured. He went up into the heavens. He walked with the gods. And when you go into the Christian teachings, he now is an angel in heaven. When you go into the Jewish Kabbalah, we know that he's now become Metatron, or Metatron Yahweh, or Metatron Hermes. We know this throughout their teachings. We know he's the one with the pen. He's the scribe. He's that original angel that spoke things into existence or writ things into existence. We know that from our own tradition. So when you're talking about read in the name of your Lord who created and all them things, they were like, fam, like we can see the similarity straight away. Then the very next chapter is talking about the NUN. Then you're talking about the NUN, and then you don't even know what the NUN is. You lot just simply said the NUN, but it's the mystery letters in the Quran, and you lot don't understand it. Like, this is when we as Africans should now come in and not simply be underneath them. We should now give them the interpretation and give them the teachings. And for me, when I read it as well, I can see that these people were actually they had some information to do with the hieroglyphs. Okay, they definitely did have some information from my perspective. I want to see from your perspective in a minute. Let's see if I could bring it up, that tafsir. I'm going to bring up that tafsir real quickly. Hold on, I know I've got it somewhere. Let me see. Do I have that? Ibn Abbas's tafsir. Let's see. Let's see if I do. Let's see. Yeah, I do. Let me just share my screen then. Let's see. Screen share. Okay, so we got Ibn Abbas's tafsir. Can you see my screen? Yeah, we should be able to. So let me just scroll quickly down to chapter 68. Is in the Quran. Obviously, this was the second chapter that was revealed in the Quran itself. But unfortunately, they've changed the order away from the chronology into something else. So it says here, yeah. Okay, can we read this? And it says here, and from this narration on the authority of Ibn Abbas that said regarding the interpretation of Allah's saying Nun. He says, Allah swears by the Nun, which is the whale that carries the earth on its back, while in water, and beneath which is the bull, and under the bull is the rock, and under the rock is the dust, and none knows what is under the dust save Allah. The name of the whale is Lewash, and it is said its name is Luetia. The name of the bull is Bahmut, and some say the name is Talhut or Leona. The whale is in a sea called Adwad, and is like a small bull in a huge sea. The sea is in a hollowed rock whereby there is 4,000 cracks, and from each crack water springs out of the earth. Let me see if I can maximize my screen because it's looking kind of crazy. There it is. There's the maximize button. All this time I'm there looking. There we go. Let me just bring this over a little bit. Okay, cool. Yeah, it is also said that the Nun is one of the names of the Lord. It stands for, it is also one of the names of the Lord, you know. It stands for the letter Nun in Allah's name, Rahman, the Beneficent. And it is also said that a Nun is an inkwell by the pen. Allah swore by the pen. This pen is made of light, and its height is equal to the distance between heaven and earth. It is with this pen that the wise remembrance, i.e. the guarded tablet, was written. It is also said that the pen is one of the angels by whom Allah has sworn, and Allah has also swore by what the angels write down of the works of the children of Adam. All right, so all of that there, yeah, is packed with hieroglyphic imagery, okay, and symbolic speech. And most people cannot, I'm pretty sure most people don't have a clue what's going on. But when you go into the mystery systems, when you go into the Sufi teachings of Islam as well, that's another thing. That will give you another breakdown. But just reading that, like, most of you lot won't be able to unpack it because you are not initiated, obviously. But you know, when you're talking about the pen, let me just read it. And I swore by the pen. This pen is made of light, and its height is equal to the distance between heaven and earth. Like, this is symbolic speech. Like, those of us, let me see. Where's my mystery students out there? What does this mean? That the pen is made of light, and its height is the equal of the distance between heaven and earth. Let me see. I want to wait. I'll give you a little help.
Yeah, let me be quiet for a second. I'll let you. Unless you want me going right now.
Let me give you 1 degree of knowledge. Let me give them 1 degree of knowledge real quickly. Light. Okay, what is light? What is light? Light is knowledge, right? Once you're able to see, once the sun is shining, you now perceive things in the world, right? That is knowledge right there. That is the symbology of that particular meaning. The pen is made of knowledge. And what is it the knowledge of? It now tells you it's the height, which is equal distance between heaven and earth. So that's now telling you it's the knowledge of the heavens and earth. What is the knowledge of the heavens and the earth? The knowledge of the heavens and earth is simply astronomy and geometry. That's simply what it means. The knowledge of geometry and geography, geometry and astronomy is inside of the pen. All of this is written down on the guarded tablets, or the tablets of remembrance. This is simply talking about the knowledge that the Supreme Creator originally has, and he has now passed it on into a particular form, which is known as, you know, the word or the speech which created the heavens and the earth, which is anthropomorphically made into a pen. But there's obviously somebody that holds the pen. Who is the person that holds the pen and is the symbolic of the pen? Obviously is the Necha Jehuti. That is who is talking about. We know through, obviously, you know, the biblical teachings, we know that Enoch and so forth has all been transfigured into being angels, and this is what it's really talking about here. So, like, for those people who know the symbology within this, can read it and be like, okay, cool, I realize this is all symbology and allegory, and that's just 1 degree of the breakdown. I'll let my brother go in anyway. Go on, my brother, go in and break some stuff down for those people who are still here with us that don't really understand these mystery teachings.
Deeper, right? It said the pen is measured from the earth to the what?
To the heavens.
To the heavens. Who measures the earth? Who measures the earth in the form of A?
Tell us.
Jehuti.
Tell us.
Jehuti is the measure of the earth.
What does the word metataron means? The person who measures it again. Go in, my brother. Go in. Go in. Go in. I'm just going to quickly jump out. I'll be back in like 1 minute. Just go in, man. I'm listening.
Okay. So Jehuti is the measurer of the heavens. This is known in ancient Ramech, Hecken and Chair, praises of the divine faith. This is known in our spirituality system. This is not just known by us. This is known in African spirituality, where he appears in different clans, instructions, such as the Maasai, who have the Ilasar clan, or the what's my brother's names? The Kalenjin, who have verbiage and linguistics just like ancient Kemet in almost all of their script. Okay, shout out to Saber Reggie. You also have what he said is behind that. He said the bull is behind that. Who is the bull in ancient Kemet? This is Ausar. This is your Ausar. This is your Apis bull that you see on a regular basis. Because he's the universal soul. He's the spirit or the universal soul inside of everything. Amen. Later called Amen. Hidden factors that you can't see, but you know that they are the insides of the different Netcheru, including you, that give you life. That is what life exists of, the universal soul, Ausar and Amen. So the bull is behind that. The NUN, if we break it down if we just break it down scientifically, the NUN is what? The NUN is the dark matter. And now Unet is the dark energy. The dark energy bursts the dark matter into existence. This is basics. This is basics if you're initiated, if you know, if you're in the know. If you're not in the know, you do not know.
Hey, let me jump in.
What's called the... Go ahead, family.
Now, I wanted to jump in. I want to say, let me help my brothers and sisters out. Let me help my brothers and sisters out. This is what you like. For my Muslims, even for my Kemetics as well, yeah? Literally, just go purchase this book, okay? Dr. Okasha L. Daly from the UCL. He goes in. This is one of our greats in the UK, Egyptian Muslim Egyptologist that goes into the Muslim records itself, okay? He now goes in, yeah, and says, in some cases, yeah, after talking about, okay, let me just start up here, actually. The influence of some aspects of Egyptian religion on Islamic ritual has been noted by Stet Gavech in 1996. In my opinion, Islamic Sufism is firmly rooted in Egyptian religion, but this is a major subject which requires separate study. In some cases, deities were translated into prophets or angels in order to align them more closely to Islam. Christianity and Judaism, a good example is the explanation given by Ibn al-Wardi of the creation of earth. Let me actually get it up for you real quickly. Let me get you the imagery up of Ibn al-Wardi. This is the stuff that Gary was talking to what's that brother's name? Adnan Rashid about, okay? Let's see if I can get it up. Oh, no. In his book. See, this is real good. This is real good. Let me get it up. Let me get it up for you guys. Because you lot don't even know about these things, most probably. Let's see. Share my screen. Let me share my screen real quickly. So this is the visual representation. Can we see this? Is this clear? Let me know if it's clear, King. Let me know. Do you see the imagery?
You can see it, but yeah.
So this is the visual imagery of that Ibn Abbas's explanation. Okay, so I'm going to keep on reading anyway. So it says here, this is an explanation given by Ibn al-Wardi of the creation of earth. It says, following the rule of the theory of the ancients, there must be a sky under the earth like the one above it. Hold on. Where do we have that teaching in? What's the sky underneath?
The Amduat.
The Amduat, yeah. Or the Duat. There you go. You see, when you start reading their stuff here from your own perspective, you can know what they're talking about. Otherwise, you'd be lost in the source. Yep.
Why does it have red, green, and black rings at the bottom? Why?
Bro, there's so much.
Red, green, and black. It's red, black, and green. Same colors as always on his neck. I ain't gonna go into that.
You see it. Okay, there must be a sky underneath the earth like the one above it. It is said that when the glorious God created the earth, it was tilting like a ship. So God sent an angel who went down until he was underneath the earth and carried it upon his shoulders. Then he put his hands out, one towards the east and the other towards the west, and held the seven earths. Okay, and held the seven earths or the spheres and restrained it. It was stable until it was stable. But the angel's feet did not have a platform to stand on. So God sent a bull from heaven for the angel to stand on. This is Ibn al-Wardi, Kharidat 14 to 15. In this text, okay, so this is my brother Akashi El-Dali, who's the author of this book, speaking, we see a melange of ancient Egyptian iconography relating to the primeval god Nun and the common image of him carrying the ship of the sun, God at the beginning of creation, with an attempt to explain the disappearance of the feet of Nun into the earth, figure 27. There are ancient Egyptian texts referring to the creator, the sun god, in one of his manifestations as one who fixed the sky on his head. These Arab sources show a familiarity with ancient Egyptian religious scenes encountered during visits to tombs, chapels, and temples. It carries on and goes on and on and on. But real quickly, when he's talking about figure 27, this is what he is referring to over here. Okay, so I know some of you have seen these types of stuff, and these are the other stuff that they go into in there. So you can see that they're borrowing, the ancient Egyptian iconography. But my brother, you was going in. But I want you to know, before you go in, I want to start from the very beginning. Okay, Okay, it talks about that. It gives you 3 descriptions of what the Nun is. Okay, it first says it's the whale. Okay, it secondly says, or sea creature, whale, whatever, sea creature. Then it secondly says it is a yeah. It secondly says what it could be. It could be the name of Allah, and in particular the ending of El Rahman. Okay, let me bring it up real quickly so we can see. I don't want us to be lost in the source again. So I just want to I want to see if you can see the Egyptian, the Egyptianness of it, basically. So where is the hadith? So the hadith is here. It says that it could be Allah swears by the Nun, which is the whale, and it gives a whole story, which we're not going to talk about. So it could be the whale. It also says that the Nun is one of the names of the Lord. And it stands for the letter Nun in Allah's name, Al-Rahman. And it also said that it is a nun in a inkwell. So it's an inkwell, basically. So I want to know, is that part of ancient Egyptian iconography? Those 3 things, being the name of Allah, which is Rahman, being the inkwell, and so forth. I want you to start with the inkwell. I want to know, what is the inkwell in ancient Egypt?
The inkwell, now that could be a lot of things, but that's the palette of the sesh, right? So the sesh is the writer for Jehuti. Jehuti is the writer for the Netcheru and the speaker for the Netcheru. So when you dip that ink into that palette and you begin to write, if you're a sesh, you need to go according to, and you can find them in Ptahhotep, the maxims which set you straight concerning delivering a message purely as it was given to you, and delivering it as if you were Jehuti's fingers themselves. Okay, so if you want to go there, that's pretty much what you're looking at. When you talk about, I think you said the Nun after that.
No, I wanted to quickly, the hieroglyph, the Nun, I just wanted to get it real quickly up so everybody can kind of see what it is before we skip.
Yeah.
So when they're saying the inkwell pot, this is what they're talking about, just real quickly. Okay, so can everybody see that there? So this is it here. I believe it is W24 on the gardeners list. If you see all of that, this is the pot.
That's the symbol for Nut. Right.
That's right. And that is also the
pot is the symbol for
Nun. Let's quickly go on to Nun real quickly. Nun, ancient Egyptian, just so everybody can see. Okay, so this is the whole carrying on the boat and all them things there. So yeah, this is new. So you can see the ink pot right there that they call the ink pot. Okay, that is him right there.
Picture. Yeah. The picture where Nun is holding. Oh, go back. The picture where Nun is holding.
Just to see even more. Look, Nu. That's a symbol for Nu, and then you got the waters again. Okay.
In case you think we're lying, right?
You know, just in case you lot think we're lying for real, like, let's just show you where you lot are getting your stuff from. And these are the reasons why, you know, we know, but we just remain quiet because that's what you do. Go on, which one did you want to see?
Now, if you see right there, that picture you're on with Nu holding the boat, you see the creative. You kind of have a drawing of the universe as it exists. You have Nu upholding the boat of Ra. You have Keppra, the creative force. I believe, and I'm as far, but that's okay. You're going to generally have Sa'a, the mind, Tia, etc., etc., the different things that make up the thought and the mind of what you call God inside that boat. And they don't have the names over it, so you know this is a fake. But that's okay, because we know that the nature are in there that make up the creative factor from you. So you're looking at a picture of the universe when you see that right here. You're looking at the NUN, the dark energy and dark matter. Keppra, the biggest part in the boat, the beetle, and different creative forces that are expanding from him in the boat.
Also, what I wanted to do is, I wanted to do this as well, just to get it up there. Go on, continue speaking, my brother. Continue speaking.
So, if one of the Muslim brothers, and so because the brothers are talking about it, if you want to discuss it, come on, let us know. If I make you nervous, I can get somebody else. It probably won't be nicer to me. I'm telling you right now. And we can get into a discussion so that we can have a full-blown dialogue where you get what you get and where it came from initially, the date that's on yours and the date that's on ours, and the information being transposed and superimposed over religions that were created for you later, and why we shouldn't have to embrace those religions because they're afterthoughts of our original religion after Kemetic Alexander shut down the Quranic in ancient Kemet a long time ago. Fashion is a bad echo.
Sorry. I also wanted to show as well. Are you there? I also wanted to show as well, because you know it names three things. You know, it names the inkwell, and it also names the well. I mean the whale as well. So I just wanted to quickly just show where these concepts are coming from again in ancient Egypt. So when you go into the letters of the NUN itself, it says here in terms of alphabet, just alone, just go into the alphabet. It says here NUN is believed to be derived from an ancient Egyptian hieroglyph of a snake. The Hebrew word for snake is nachash, begins with a nun, and snake in Aramaic is nun, or eel. Okay, keyword eel. Some have hypothesized a hieroglyph of fish in water as its origins in Arabic. Nun means large fish or whale. The Phoenician letters was named Nun, fish, but the glyph has been suggested to descend from a hypothetical proto-Canaanite Nachash, snake, based on the name in Ethiopic, etc. So we see there's the hieroglyph here, which is to do with a snake. Okay, but the question is, you know, in the NUN, okay, which is the NUN, okay, in ancient Egypt, this is the question I'm going to ask you, okay, this because we're just going through the letters right now. In ancient Egypt, what was NUN and NUNet's depictions?
What was NUN's depiction?
The zoological depictions.
The zoological depiction of NUN?
Yeah.
He put me on the spot after work. Hold on.
All right, I'll break it down for you.
Yeah, no, that needs to be an animal.
The zoological was to do. It was two. It was a snake and a frog.
Bird.
It was actually a snake and a frog.
No, that's Yeah,
So
from the Ogdo. So Nun
from
was the
that,
frog, and Unet was the snake. All the ladies were snakes, and the men were frogs. And this was found in Hermopolis, which we call Kenun.
that's right. There you go. So again, when you're talking about this, you know, the whale and all those things there, all that was really talking about a snake-like creature that dwelt in the water, a large snake-like creature. So this was just the anthropomorphic form of the Nun. Okay, so when you have the Nun just being the waters, you have the anthropomorphic form, which is the whale. You call it the whale or the big fish, but really and truly, when you look at the hieroglyphs in its original form, where the Hebrew and the Aramaic and so forth get it from, it was actually a snake-like creature, which relates back now into being the Nun anthropomorphic form. All right,
The
and
now
also, wait, go
right.
ahead, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying the now Unet. So the female form birthing everything into creation. The dark energy birthing the dark matter.
There you go. There you go. And then obviously, it even tells you, you know, that the Nun is one of the names of their God, of Allah. And in particular,
It could be the surname. It could be the surname, Kalam, according to what you read.
it could be the surname, you know. So like when we look at these things, we can just see the ancient Egyptian iconography. Like for those of us who are initiated that type of information, we see it like holy. Like the three things that you named is just simply coming out of ancient Egyptian iconography. You know, when you're talking about, you know, it being Al Rahman, or one of the last portion of the name Rahman, you know, we know that literally means to be you know, to be either merciful or to be gracious, but really and truly its root is actually the rahim, or the which is the womb. You know, Brother Polite brings this up. That is the etymological root, meaning something that pushes something out. And obviously, the womb of all creation is obviously the Nun itself. You know, and that ties into be. You know, let me just go into this as well.
Right.
You know, the Kemetic says, if you force me to say something still more daring, it is his essence to be pregnant, okay, with all things and to make them, as it is possible for anything to be produced without a maker. So also it is also impossible for this maker not to exist always, unless he is always making everything in heaven, in air, on earth, in the deep, in every part of the cosmos, in every part of the universe, in what is and what is not. For there is nothing in all the cosmos that he is not. He is himself the things that are and those that are not. This is the Nun principle, for those of you who don't know. Those that are, he has made visible. Those that are not, he holds within him. This is the God who is greater than any name. This is the God invisible and entirely visible. This God who is evidently to the eyes, may be seen in the mind. He is bodiless and many-bodied, or rather, he is all-bodied. There is nothing that he is not, for he also is all that is. And this is why he has all names, because they are of one Father. And this is why he has no name, because he is Father of them all. So that we can see, you know, your whole principles of the three different explanations of Nun is coming straight out of ancient Egyptian iconography. Straight away from the bat, we can see it, you know. And then when we go into, you know, certain teachings that has been passed down, this particular breakdown, you know, I know they don't know this. I know they don't know this, you know, about the Nun being a whale that carries the earth on his back while in the water, etc., etc., etc. Like, this was a highly mystical thing that only certain initiates were clued up on. And to even give you a reference point from the Arabic, from the Muslims themselves, let me give you a reference point. Take over real quickly. Let me just draw for a book as a reference point.
I just want to say to my brother Saracen that you know, I definitely respect him. He's a very brave man, coming on this platform and talking with us. And I hope that he watches this part, because we addressed a lot of what we were talking about earlier. And I think even Ausar, when he got on, there was one thing that he said that I think strikes all Africans, is when we get accused of idol worship. And you know, not to talk about him while he's not here, but Saracen, he made the claim, you know, that he accepted the fact that our knowledge was being demonized so that somebody else could cultivate it for their own, you know. And so when he said that he accepted that, he knew that things were being demonized. I just want to ask him to consider that the idol worship claim be one of those things that's being demonized, because the idea of NUN, it's a mental construct until somebody materializes matter and makes a statue in order to remember the aspect of God. And a lot of times when somebody tells a lie on you, they actually claim that you do the exact opposite of what you're doing. So I just find it absolutely funny that the claim is that we worshiped statues and forgot about God, when we actually worshiped the idea that the statue represented to always remember God every day.
There you
And
go.
in particular, my little brother, right there. And in particular, knowing that particular aspect of nature and holding it in divine fashion. So I give you for an example, the Ilisar are the Asar. You know, that's straight up and down. That's a clan in the Maasai culture who are considered to be medicine men. What they offer you as a peace offering is grass, because grass is held sacred. And at the weddings, they offer grass. Some grass they consider better than others. Some grass has the power to heal you from certain ailments and sicknesses. They know the particular grasses. And the doctors in that part of Africa where the Maasai are at, I want to say in, not Tanzania, anyway, the location where they're at, and I can pull it up if necessary, the doctors will consult them concerning some of the natural herb elements to prescribe to their patients, who they give pills and send you off to die a slow death. So that aspect of grass, of nourishment, the corn and the grass, that's part of Asar. That's part of Seb, and understanding what regeneration is and understanding that aspect of the Sar. And the Il Asar clan are who teach it and renowned for it.
Respect.
All right, let me quickly jump in. Like, so again, I'm gonna jump to your own sources. So this is one of my favorite books, you know, introduced to me by some Sufis as well. Is Ahmed ibn Ali ibn al-Mukhatir ibn Abd al-Karim, also called Ibn Washia, okay? Ibn Washia, which I believe actually means, anyway, let me not even go there. And it's called The Ancient Alphabets and Hieroglyphic Characters Explained, with an account of the Egyptian priests, their classes, initiations, and sacrifice in the Arabic language. This book is sick still, bro, because, you know, for those people that don't even understand that these Arabs were going in, I say Arabs, but he wasn't technically an Arab, but let's just say the Arab-speaking world, they had some good information about the hieroglyphs actually there. They had a lot of it penned down already. By literally studying with the Egyptians and finding out these informations. So, you know what? This is the figure right here. This is the figure that, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if we can see it. This is one of the figures that we are seeing in Ibn al-Wardi's book, which is the kind of the...
Bring it back sometime.
Yeah, it's kind of... It's not very good. Obviously, in its original form,
No,
it would
it's
have been
showing
better.
up. There it is.
Yeah, in its original form, it would be better, but it was literally showing you what it's talking about, what Ibn Abbas is kind of expounding upon. But it was such a very sacred knowledge, okay? And I want to show you how much of a sacred knowledge it was, according to their own accounts, okay? It says here, this figure is expressive of the most sublime secret, called originally Bahmud and Kharuf, or Kaf, okay? So Bahmud, okay, or Bahumed. Remember the Bahumed, okay? When we go back again, let me just quickly go back so you understand what's being discussed, okay? So when we go back, where is it? When we go back, let me share my screen so you lot can understand what was actually taking place, okay? When we go back, all right? It says here that the Bahumed or the Bahmud is the name of the bull, okay? is the name of the bull, and obviously has other names and so forth. So this is what they're actually talking about right there. So this is what we're going into. Okay, it says Viz, the secret of nature of the world, or the secret of secrets, or the beginning and return to everything. To speak at length of this figure is more than the limits of this book allows. We refer the curious who wish for more explanation to a book which has been translated from our Nabatean language into Arabic, entitled Sons of the Suns and Moon of the Moons, illuminating discovery of the Hemetian alphabet or hieroglyphics, where he will be completely satisfied. Okay, the Hermesians let nobody into the secrets of their knowledge but the disciples, lest the arts and sciences should be debased by being common amongst the vulgar. So really and truly, we're actually discussing them ancient secrets there that we shouldn't be, because it now becomes common among the vulgar, really and truly. So it's showing you that this particular symbol and this secret thing here was talking about the nature, the secrets of nature, basically. Okay, and that's why most of them will never be able to explain it to you. Again, let me just read as secret. This is the figure is expressed of the most sublime secret, called originally Bahmud and Kharuf, the secrets of the nature of the world, or the secret of secrets, or the beginning and return of everything. So it's talking about how everything began and how everything will return. The secrets of the nature of the world and the secret of secrets. This was the most sublime secrets right here, the principle of Nun. Most people don't understand that. That's like the hidden name of Ra. That's the hidden name of God right there. That's Amun. That's that hidden principle right there. You know, everybody's talking about, yeah, God is the prime mover, the unmoved mover. But have you ever thought about who was God before he moved? That's that secret right there. God, the unmoved mover before he moved. That is what it's talking about. Anyway, I digress because really and truly, we're making this really vulgar. Like, we're just letting it out there. Like, you know, this would be time out, man. We should have time out, because if you're not initiated, if you ain't been squeezed 3 times, okay, if you ain't been squeezed 3 times, okay, and you haven't, you know, stepped up on those degrees, you ain't stepped on those 3 degrees as of yet, and you ain't standing on your square, we shouldn't be divulging this information to you, really and truly. Anyway, go on, my brother. Go in, man. Go in.
I mean, when you hear Bahumudet, when you hear that this is the secret nature, this is the secret nature, right? What do we talk about the Necherubin? Nature. Look, I got brother Patah Sakir calling me right now. Patah, you watching Kalam right now?
How are you doing, my brother?
I'm good. I'm over here talking to Kalam and my brother Kumba. We talking to all of London right now. We're talking to we talking to Kalam right now, my brother Kalam. Tell him
I said peace.
He said peace.
But you got me on the line with him?
You over here. Hey, Kalam, can you send him the link?
Send me the link, man.
I want you to go in on the NUN.
Yeah, send me the link, man. I just got from Jerry. He just
Hold up, brother. Hold up, because we live. Hold on 1 second, fam. We live. Hold on, fam. Yo, hold on. Hey, if you can't send him the link, are you about to?
Do you know what? Yeah, you've got the link. Send it to him. I've sent it to you via Facebook, right? So you just have to pass it on to him.
The time I'm about to send you the link. Hold on 1 second.
Shit, look at me. I'm shining like the stars. I'm shining like the sun. I'm now raw in form. Damn. Hey, yo, I love this. You know, when the brothers link up and we break stuff down, I love it, man. I love it. This is real good. You know, too long now we're just stuck on the lesser degrees and just speaking this craps. But it's real good now. Like, we can actually go into the symbology and break stuff down and go into the Egyptian teachings and see what's really good. What's really good, you know? What's really good. To get a verse from me, you need to be initiated. This is to all my soldiers that could see the sun of midnight. What's really good. Let me know. Let me know. All right. So again, let me actually put a what's that thing called? A discretionary note, a warning or whatever it is. I can't remember what the term is. You know what? By no means, we're gonna tell you this is what it means for you in Islam. I'm not gonna tell you that. No, astaghfirullah. I'm never gonna say that to you. I'm just gonna simply say, according to our particular teachings, we have a very same or similitude of these teachings, and we can break it down from our perspective, okay? And we see the similitude in your teachings. We're breaking it down from our perspective, okay? Like, you can have your own perspective, okay? No problem, because we will understand that everybody will be seeing. For example, if you're part of a society, you might be in the same temple. Okay, you may be in the same temple. Everybody is, maybe on a particular level, for example. Okay, they're all seeing the same temple, but depending upon what degree or level you are on, okay, for those people who are initiated and know what I'm talking about, you see that temple in 2-3 different ways. Okay, person who's on a neophyte level is seeing it one way. Somebody who is advanced in another level is seeing it another way. Somebody who is a master of all of that is seeing it completely differently. And somebody who is even, a grandmaster is seeing it in a whole different light whatsoever. Somebody who is a grand inspector is seeing it completely differently. So that's what I'm saying to you. We all see things depending upon our different levels of understanding, awareness, and information. So by no means am I telling you this is what Islam teaches. No, I'm not going to say that. Okay, these sacred letters are secret. Okay, they're completely secret, and nobody in Islam knows this knowledge. Only Allah. Allahu alam. Okay, this is what it's been taught. So by no means this is what it is for Islam. Okay, hopefully you lot are cool with that. You lot don't have no madness, no malice in your heart. We're simply saying this is how we break stuff down, and this is what Allah knows. Okay, and this is what Allah has taught us.
Christians got NUN in their Bible too. So
hey, yeah. That's right. Let's get it. What are you saying? This is, is it what, 2:39? Damn. Let me just quickly see. I need to close down this show real soon as well, and then cut it up for later on. Rah. I know we
now, brother Patar is now some things are going to be a little different. Remember, we have sex the same way anybody else has a sex, right? Islam has 73, possibly more. So he has a different idea, but he's been studying Kemet. He's been to Kemet. He speaks the language. He set up the site in the Boston Museum. So he know what he's talking about. But you got to grab him, Kalam, because he be out of control, boy.
Is he there? Is he there with us?
Yeah, we trying to get on the show.
He trying to get on now. You in there? Here he come.
I didn't get it. You don't have to send it to me personally, man. You're giving me is just old conversations. I'm not getting because you convert, they cut it up. So I'm not getting that link.
Let me do it again.
I got Hangouts. I got Google Hangouts.
That's what you want.
I got that. They'll send you.
All right, mute my brother, so we can keep it flowing about the background noise. So so we have our own traditions, and this is how we interpret our own traditions, and we can see the similarities in your traditions with our stuff, and we see it. But again, as I'm saying to you, hopefully you guys are not offended. Okay, I don't want to offend you guys. I'm simply saying we have our own ways of looking at stuff and our own ways of interpreting stuff. Okay, so if you want to present your stuff to us, we're gonna stand back from a higher or different perspective and look at it and be like, oh, okay, so this is what it means according to our way of looking at things. Okay, I'm just gonna put that disclaimer out there. Okay, that disclaimer out there. So I don't want to get no hate from you guys for breaking down your science. Okay. And then yeah, somebody is saying yeah, Nun is a letter. Indeed, Nun is a letter. But what does that letter actually mean? Okay, what does the letter mean, and what does it represent? Okay, you know, what does it represent? What does it represent? You tell us what it represents. Okay. You had your best, such as Ibn Abbas and other people telling you what the Nun represents. You have, I've seen it in Tabari and other places, they give you the breakdown of what it represents. And we can simply see that from our perspective, it seems as though you guys have got some similitude to the ancient Egyptian wisdom teachings. You know, you have a similitude. We can see it, that the breakdowns that you gave were very much so succinct and concurrent with the ancient Egyptian ways of looking at it. You know, you broke it down as being the inkwell, which is the Nun. You broke it down as being the whale, which is the Nun. You broke it down as being one of the names of Allah, which is the Nun. Yet again, you know, it being a mercy, this is part of the Nun principle. So all of that, we can see it, you know, the different ways that you've broken it down, we can see it within inside of our own teachings. Then you have a whole symbol, iconography, you know, listed or even portrayed within inside of your literature itself, you know, a bull, a whale, a this, a that, and so forth. And we can see like, oh, wow, okay. You know, even, you know, Islamic scholars are saying like, wow, this is actually Egyptian iconography. And we can see it, you know, we can see how, you know, Re, or the gods established the heavens and the earth in strength. Okay, in strength or in strongness, which is represented by the bull, or it can even be representative of the Milky Way, you know, the Nut principle, the Hathor principle being the calf, etc., etc. We can see these symbologies in there. We can see the symbology of Shu in there. We can see the symbology of Nun holding up the boat and so forth, which, you know, the brother from Islam or Kasha Daily clearly stated. So we see all of these different types of things there. We see it. But again, we're not going to try to tell you this is how you should interpret it. You should go back to your Islamic scholars and ask them, what does it mean? And is it true that there is the earth is on the whale's back? You should ask them these questions. Or is there a great symbology and an allegory that is actually applied towards it? Because from within inside of our teachings, there clearly is a symbology. Within inside of the Sufi teachings or within inside of certain teachings, which they state they get from the Egyptians, they clearly say this is the secret of nature. This is telling you about the secrets of the beginnings and the returns of stuff. So clearly, you know, within inside of the mystical teachings, we see they claim it comes from Egypt, ancient Egypt, from the Hermeticas or the Hermetic teachings, and so forth. You know, so we're just saying that this is what it has in our teachings. So no offense, anybody. Somebody now says alam alif lam mim. What does that mean? What does that mean? And not realizing that certain to help you guys out as well, you should actually study what's it called? Study what should you study? Abjad. Study the numbers, what certain letters make up in terms of numbers as well. You should study how you know, certain letters that's been you know, ascribed at the top of certain surahs, how they have a rhythmical or rhyming pattern at the end of certain words as well. You should look at all of these things. That's what I'm going to say. You know, and you should join certain mystery societies such as Sufism if you're in Islam, for them to actually elucidate and teach you the deeper meanings to the Quran. That's what I'm going to say to you. But yeah, go back to your own people. Go back to your own people to get the fuller understanding. What are you saying? Who's here, man? Who's here? What are you saying, family?
Oh, I'm just saying, man, definitely go back. I encourage everyone, because I, as a former Christian, had to do the same. Go back to your elders and find the verse in there. Like for me, it was when the disciples asked Jesus, they said, "Why do you speak in parables?" And he said, "It is for you to know the secrets of the kingdom of heaven." And so after I read the Hebrew translation and the Septuagint, and I saw where they changed heavens from sky to mislead us into this false reality that this is not the heavens that we're looking up into, then I realized that I need to know the secrets of the world that I lived in, you know, and from that point on, you know, I went on a quest for knowledge, you know, and some people aren't as wise as they may appear to be. Sometimes you will go to a man twice your age and he'll give you the same answer that you got in Sunday school. You know, and he'll just word it really funny, and be wary of that, because if you never feel like you got your answer, then I don't know how you could be whole, you know, and that's real important, you know, to be at peace.
Yeah, that's true. I'm waiting for you, my brother, because you know you. I'm waiting for you, Ausar, man, because really and truly, I'm trying to get to bed.
I know y'all got
So you let me know what's good.
man. ETEM hit tap to my brother Kumba. That's a younger brother. When you see the younger brothers like this right here, you divulge as much knowledge to them as possible. You feed them, because you are the Ausar. You will pass on, and he is your Heru. He will live on, and he will carry what you do, what your works are, and they will become his works, and he will add to those works, and he will venerate what was there before. This way it continues on and on, as the Islam continues for the Muslim brothers, as the Christians have their forefathers, and as you all have temples in the Ramesseum. If you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, if you're a Krishna, we know your temples are there because you messed up some of the walls, but we know you came there to learn, so we give you the forgiveness, right? So, Ankwasjet, still there's a new Nacheru Kap, there's a new Nisut Beti on the throne, giving direction to the world and the universe about ancient Kemet and true enlightenment. And not just Kemet, Kentihin no fear, its mother. The guidance from Africa that you need, so you respect the earth, respect the world, and the universe around you, and you as people and person. Uncle Ashed, Uncle Johnson, that life, strength, and help to you all.
All right, I'm gonna say peace and hotep to my brothers and sisters out there. I'm gonna sign out now. I'm gonna sign out because I don't think we should be dropping any more knowledge like this. But if you guys do want to see some more knowledge like this and get into the real mystery stuff, like holler at me. Like we'll set up some shows and go into the real mysteries. But for now, I'm gonna sign out. Thank you guys for watching. I'm hopefully gonna split up into like either 2 or 3 shows, so it's easier for everybody to kind of look at. But yeah, peace, love, hotep, salam.